Bill Maher says the Democrats are in trouble, so much so that he calls them the Ghost Party. Once upon a time, he says, Democrats ran Congress, the White House, and the culture. But now, he says they've lost touch with ordinary voters, too elitist, too joyless, too wrapped up in cultural scolding. I think Maher sounds like an old fart saying, well, back before you young whippersnappers came along, we had things under control, I'll tell you that. Maher's theory is that the party's brand is collapsing, like Sears or Blockbuster, still around technically, but only as a faint echo of what it once was. He says the Democrats are wandering neither alive nor dead, like Mitch McConnell. I gotta admit, that's a good line. To understand Maher, you have to understand what drives his crusade against what he calls the woke left. He thinks all the outrage and purity tests have made progressives seem intolerant and detached. He says cancel culture is choking free speech and humor. When people are afraid to joke, says Maher, we lose control of what makes America fun and free. I wonder if he's ever considered that maybe people just don't find him that funny anymore. Just a thought. But he says no, he hasn't changed. He says the left has. He says, I'm still for free speech, equality, and fairness. That used to be the left's job. Still is, Bill. Now, I don't know for a fact that this is true, but I suspect Maher has had a few run-ins, maybe protests at one of his gigs, maybe a college cancellation, and that's when he decided that the woke mob was after him. I think he's taken that experience and turned it into a cartoon version of the Democratic Party, because the folks really demonstrating conformity and punishing dissent these days tend to sit on, the other side of the aisle. Sure, young progressives can be rigid. It's part of being young and idealistic and stupid. But most of them aren't card-carrying Democrats anyway. And personally, I don't think woke is a dirty word. It means paying attention, caring, having empathy, not being asleep at the wheel. Oh, that's a good thing. Now, that said, Maher isn't wrong that Democrats could do a better job at messaging and at simply supporting their own leaders. Republicans do that well, sometimes blindly, but they march in lockstep, even if it's off a cliff. And I think Democrats could do a little more of that themselves. In my father's day, you picked one team, Democrat or Republican, and that was it. Now, especially among young people, everyone wants to be independent, above it all. But here's the truth. Politics is still a binary choice. You can stand with the party that believes in democracy and is opposed to fascism, or with the one cozying up to authoritarians who scorn it. As for Maher, I ghosted him a long time ago.